brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process, we decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma.
I'm Jason Thompson.
I'm Kelvin Baker.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
So the idea that I had is like kind of based off like sports gambling, how popular it's gotten. And like now that we've like broken down like now that sports gambling is legal, like we should start gambling on more things that are happening. And I think the most logical thing is like gambling on the weather app, like on your phone. Like and I just feel like there's a million ways you can go with it. Like that you can like gamble on like the highs and lows in different cities, and like if a hurricane's gonna hit different spots, or like if it's like when these big like hurricanes are building up, like you can predict like the death toll, like what's the over under on the death toll. I don't know. That's kind of like I have that idea. I also think it's funny if like somehow the mob got involved and like weathermen were just like straight up lying on the air, like they're like pushing these fake like agendas to meet the mob, because how gambling just gets corrupt. So yeah, that's the idea I had.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I mean, it's hard to corrupt the actual weather. Like, I mean, there are planes that can drop this stuff to make it rain, but you can like spot that, I guess. Like, with radar and whatnot.
Fudging like the temperatures by a few degrees, like stuff like that would go on. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's where the over-under stuff goes in.
Right.
Like you can say, 5 degrees here or there, and take that bet. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the weathermen set the line or whatever it's called, and they're corruptible, like you said. The weather itself isn't really corruptible.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like paying off a ref, but with weather, I guess, if you paid off the weatherman.
Yeah, and it'd be funny to see him ignoring like obvious things. Like, that's not rain. It's clearly raining.
I don't know exactly how this works. Like, I know that there's lots of weathermen like around the country and around the world, like for hurricanes and stuff. Like, and then there's national weather and local weather. Like, I think it would have to be like big cities, like Chicago, Detroit, New York, because there'd be so many different weathermen independently reporting the weather for those cities that you'd have to corrupt all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It would just be when certain markets would be corrupt, probably.
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. So we're talking about Kelvin's idea, which is gambling on the weather.
That's awesome. It's 64 outside. Tomorrow it's going to be like 46. It's crazy.
Cool. Another good thing about gambling is that it incentivizes people to do it better because they want to make money. Like, if we gambled on the weather forecast would get better over time, I think.
I do think.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there'd be so many people trying to predict the weather and beat the weathermen.
Yeah.
There'd be nerds with their own shooting their own weather balloons into the air and like trying to predict the weather, like MIT grad students
trying to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Or change it, right? Like you said, seeding the clouds.
Yeah, I already brought that up. You can see the clouds, but I think you'd get caught. That'd be
Well, I don't think gamblers would do really well in here in Michigan with the weather because it changes so crazy.
That's where we'd make the most money, I think, because the odds would be so outrageous. And if we did hit, to get paid then.
'Cause I just was thinking about like with these betting apps. There's so many like options and things you can bet on, and like yeah, they could break it down by like rain, like amount of rain you get in a day or whatever. Like like the weather has so many variables, just like sports does, where it like makes sense that I don't know. I could see our culture becoming obsessed with their weather gambling app on their phone.
People would get together and like cheer on the weather, like gambling,
Yeah,
like at a sports game. Like a bunch of guys with like
yeah,
suns painted on their chests.
Yeah, I was gonna say like with the sports lines with the apps, they actually update the odds as the game's going on. So let's say even if a team's getting blown out 30 points, you know, you could still maybe take them and get 31 points, and you know, so the weather could always be tracking. You know, hey, is it going to snow? You look out. Hey, I'm gonna bet this is going to snow, or I can feel it in my bones. You know, and make them odds as it
yeah,
gets closer and closer. So
I was thinking about, so I look at the radar predicted, where the storm is
yeah,
tracking. You can say, like this storm, the eye of this storm, it's like a race. So the eye of this storm is going to meet, Detroit at time. Are you betting it's going to be here? Like 2:30? Is it going to be here at 4? Because those radar things they're not accurate. It's just a guess. So
yeah. I know what you're saying. It's like predictive over a couple hour span. They show where it probably is gonna go. Yeah,
mhm.
you could even do like
I
how
know.
they always show like lightning strikes even. So you know how
Oh yeah.
okay, I
Yeah,
think there's going to be 52 lightning strikes in Kent County, or or whatever. But
Like
yeah.
darts,
yeah,
like a game of darts.
yeah,
'Cause I love the idea of like a group of uncles like watching their phones and like getting mad, like the clouds are separating or something like that.
yeah. That's when you know we're going downhill, when everyone's now complaining about a nice day because they're losing money.
Yeah,
Or it could
yeah,
go the other way though. It could be like if you tend to get depressed on cloudy days, you could bet
Yeah,
if you win money on the cloudy day, then you don't feel as bad.
yeah, makes you happy then.
yeah,
So it's like a hedge against seasonal depression.
Yeah, this is getting better and better idea as we talk about it.
yeah. It's nice to like bring it out to a group, you know.
Another thing is, so when we get the perfect weather where it's drizzly and sunshiny out, there must be a rainbow here, rainbow hunting. So I've seen kids on their bikes, they go around the neighborhood trying to find the rainbow, so like predicting or saying, it's kind of like the lightning strike thing. Like, where's it going to strike, or where's there going to be a rainbow? Like taking a picture
Yeah,
of the rainbow, submit it.
Double rainbow or single rainbow or
Hmm.
I wonder, I've always had the thought about rainbows because I saw one once when I was driving and I thought it's really dangerous to look at a rainbow when you're driving because you're like, you're looking up. So you're not seeing the things right in front of you, but it doesn't feel like you're looking away because you're not like turning your head, but you're really looking away. So I wonder how many people have
yeah,
gotten in deadly car accidents looking at rainbows.
Yeah, it's not actually a rainbow. It's more like a portal, to heaven or hell, depending.
Oh yeah. In that case, yeah.
Crash, right?
Maybe they can invent safety windshields that block rainbows.
Oh no,
that
no, no. I thought it would be really cool to have a light on your dashboard, like in your car for seasonal. You were talking about seasonal affective disorder. To have that, those happy lights that stimulate sunlight. I have a couple of them around the house, and I'll sit in front of them. But if people spend a long time in their car, if they have like a light like that near them, they don't have to be staring right at it. But when it's on, when you're driving, you could still get the benefit of that.
Is that one of those like red light things? like red light therapy?
No, it's full spectrum light.
Oh,
It's like they're called happy lights, or have you guys seen them? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of like the regular like lights, but I don't know what they're called.
It's like it's happy light.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but to have it in your car would be really cool because you're in your car a lot, and like you don't have to stare right at it, so it's not like it's gonna
burn your
block
eyeballs.
you from driving. Hurt your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Going back to Tom's thing about the how many people have died like because of rainbow related car accidents. Wouldn't it be like a funny PSA if it like showed like this couple like on like a romantic drive and then they like crash and die and it's like look away from the rainbows.
Don't look
Don't
up.
look like a campaign like don't look, rainbows are deadly.
Or pull over.
Yes, 23. Yeah.
Get a designated rainbow driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I my last job, I was in an office building, and they had the windows were, I think it was like to save like heating costs, but for some reason it made the blue sky look gray.
Oh no,
I
that's
was joking
horrible.
that, yeah, I joked when they put in those windows that they want us to not look out the window. They made it gray so we wouldn't look out the window, and so we'd work harder. But
Yeah, but instead everybody's depressed.
they don't care. We're working. We're not thinking about our evening plans, hiking. We're depressed
it's
and
like
working.
the opposite is stimulated
Nobody
sunlight.
put my head down and
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
paying you to be happy.
There's nothing to look at out the window.
they're not paying you to be happy. Huh.
They're not paying you to be happy.
Right.
But yeah, that would screw with your. You wouldn't want to bet on your gambling app if your weather gambling app if you were in that building, because it might. Yeah, I don't know how far ahead of time would you bet too? Would it be like the same day, or would you bet like a week long, like a week in advance?
I think, like I said, it could go like up to the second. Like you could look out your window and still take odds of is it going to rain, because you might think it's going to rain and it still doesn't rain, so you lost. So I think if there's bookies out there, they'll take money up to the last second if they can.
Today I walked outside to do gardening. I kept saying to myself, I know I got to get out there before it starts raining. I got to get out there. And then I finally got all suited up, went out there. Then it started raining. It's like, yeah. But I guess maybe if I had bet before I got out there that it was going to rain, then there would still be some payoff. I can't get in the garden, but I'm getting some money.
Yeah.
Do the plants in the garden like predict the rain somehow, like open, close the flower or whatever?
No. The birds do.
Yeah, maybe this would be a form of gambling where the biggest whales, the biggest winners are like 60-year-old women who watch the birds.
Yeah, they have all these expensive bird seed to collect, to bring the birds that can predict that, the right kind of birds. You need the right kind of bird seed. So get this bird seed so you can be better at prediction. So there's
Maybe there would be like one type of bird that's better at predicting. So then whoever sells that type of bird, like
bird seed
or bird seed, that bird will be like super valuable. The stuff for the bird will sell like for thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
That's how you make your money. You don't gamble. You go. It's like the pick and shovel thing. Like you don't mine for gold. You sell the shovels. So for your weather gambling, you would sell the
seed, the bird seed,
bird seed, and maybe this would help with like the social security issues too, like because all these old people with like fake joints and stuff who they always say like, oh, I can tell when it's gonna rain because my knee hurts. Like they would charge a fortune off like their injuries and their old age problems.
people would actually be calling their parents
Yeah.
just to find out if
How you feeling today,
You're
Mom?
back to it.
Oh, your leg hurts? How long has it been hurting?
oh,
Okay,
your
bye,
leg
Mom.
hurts. Good.
Thanks for letting me
That's
know. Sorry your leg
funny.
hurts. Bye, Mom. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Any shows you want to plug?
Bahala. I'm doing that this Thursday. The 11th, I'm doing something in Muskegon. It's supposed to be 20 minutes. First time trying to do 20 minutes. You got to do 20 minutes and can't leave. Otherwise, they're going to hit you with baseball bats or wiffle ball bats, I'm told. Yeah. Then the 29th is that Little Darlings. What do you got going up?
Oh, on club on Sunday in Ypsilanti. I'm doing the strip club thing on the 15th. I'm doing Adesanya. That would be the 16th. I'm doing a string of Grand Rapids shows, 2021, 22. It'd be Garage Bar on Monday, Tip Top on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm doing the Kalamazoo, Final Gravity.
This has been a production of Planet Amp Podcast, powered by Pinecast.